I read in your, I think it was Wikipedia.
Yeah, you do have a Wikipedia page, which is impressive.
And it mentioned some questionable means of getting into
some
certain countries that, and you touched on it earlier regarding,
bribes.
Yeah, and places that perhaps you shouldn't have been, and
smuggling in
stuff like that. How is that even like? If somebody said, right, we're going to go to a certain place that you can't get into,
say Yemen,
how do you even start that thought process of going, right, I need to get into there. There's a civil war going on. Then they're not going to just let me in at the border. Let's make this happen. How is that even how do you even start that thought process?
It's just weird now. I can talk about Yemen and also Iraq. Like, I got really strong, powerful contacts in Yemen and Iraq now, and I can just get people visas for Yemen and Iraq.
So you can hook us, if you want to go to Yemen and Iraq, you can hook us up.
It's so weird. Like, I know a guy, I can't tell you where it is, but if you send me your passport, I can get you a visa for Iraq tomorrow, and Yemen also, without even having to go to the embassy. It's wild. And like, I'm just some weird guy and then through traveling to these places, you make these contacts. The scariest one was, I was trying to get a visa for Libya. It's a failed state, and ISIS have moved in the east, and it's actually really sad what's happened there post Gaddafi. And I was moaning on Facebook or Instagram, and when I was in Africa in that second year that was there, saying I really need to get into Libya. I was on maybe 160, 70, 80 countries, coming to the end of my countries, thinking this is brilliant, but I can't get into Libya. It's going to hold my whole thing back. And then some guy DM'd me saying, my dad was one of the big players overthrowing Gaddafi. He said, in this certain city that I don't want to mention. And I'm like, okay. He's like, listen, if you fly to Tunisia and take a train into the south of Tunisia to a city called Sfax, he's like, we know people in Tunisia, and if you just go to the airport there and fly to a city in the east of Libya, where I'm from, they won't ask you for a visa. My dad will tell him you're coming, and then I'll meet you at the airport and tell immigration to let you in. And I did, and I flew to Tunisia and took that night train down to the south of Tunisia. And then I went up, I was like in the airport, I'm like, my name's Johnny Ward, only white dude there. My name's Johnny Ward, and flying to eastern Libya, to a city I've never heard of. And they're like, yep, no problem. And then I landed, and didn't have a visa or anything, no one checked. And then some guy comes and meets me literally on the tarmac. He's like, Mr. Ward, come with me. And then they come and have this big long conversation in immigration, stamp, and then I go and stay with him and his family in the city. And he was one of the 6 guys who were part of the uprising when Gaddafi was there. I'm like, wow, this is mental.
At what point did you, I suppose there wasn't a point, but I suppose there was, through the whole thing, was you thinking they're going to either mug me, kill me, or rob me, or something? That was the first time I was really scared. I wrote a will, and I flew to Tunisia via London to see my sister, because I thought, like, I knew ISIS were moving into East Libya and they're there now. And I was thinking, like, this could just be a guy from ISIS messaging me, pretending that they're doing this. And then as soon as I get off the plane, they throw an orange jumpsuit on me, and I'm on BBC News for all the wrong reason. That was really scared. I mean, it's easy for me to be all cocky and tell that story now. I was actually really terrified. And when I got to Tunisia, I flew into Tunis, the capital, and taking a night train to the south of Tunisia. And then, like, I don't know about you guys, but when you're feeling fearful and stuff, it's the nighttime that can hit you. And I was like on my own. I don't speak Arabic, and I was going to a city that I've never heard of in Tunisia, to fly to a city I've never heard of in Libya, and I didn't have a visa or any paperwork. And I was just thinking, like, okay, I want to finish my countries. It's my goal. It's my dream. But like, is this a good idea, or is this the one that you're so fucking stupid? And then it plays out in your head. I was thinking, like, this is going to be on the news for sure. BBC Northern Ireland, because no one from Ireland ever visited every country. And then because of my blog and stuff, maybe even national news if I get kidnapped or killed. And I was thinking, like, people aren't going to give my mom or my sister sympathy for this. They're going to be like, what's this idiot doing? You know what I mean? Yeah. When they tell the story. And I was really close to thinking, this is just stupid. Maybe I'll just wait. And then I was like, okay, fuck it. Let's just do it. I was going to say, how close did you get to canning it? Like, how close was you to not going? Or was you that determined that, shit, I've got to do this?
Genuinely can say that I was close to not going because I was scared, but I know my personality. Once I have the opportunity, I'm never not going to go. So I mean, realistically, I was always going to do it.
But I was going to ask, what was the driving force behind you getting past all of those fears? But I guess, oh fuck it, was what the driving
just
force
stubbornness?
was.
Just pure stubbornness. Is that what we're saying?
Well, I've been to embassies in like Angola, Mozambique, fucking everywhere, Cameroon, Nigeria. I've been to loads of Libyan embassies trying to get the visa for Libya, and no one would give me it because of the war. And then this guy's like, "Listen, I can get you in without a visa." So it was my only chance actually to get in.
So at that point, you was like,
Or
"Well,
wait.
it's make or break."
Yeah, all or
trying to
nothing
do
at
it
this point.
Yeah.
I mean, at least, not only did you get in, but you've got a fucking awesome story at the back of it as well. And
that guy,
now a diplomatic friend as well. So going forward, which is always good.
How long did you spend there with the guy, or did you just disappear off on your own?
5 days. I stayed with his family, and when I checked in, they'd made me like this little ceramic plate, being like, "Johnny Ward, welcome to Libya." Amazing.
What?
That's awesome.
So they proper took you under their wing and was like fully involved in.
Yeah.
So that guy was a proper fan then. The son that got in touch and everything else. He was like, "We need to help you out."
Because his dad was part of the uprising against Gaddafi, like they're very proud of their country and about how things have transpired, and they like just wanted to show the good side and then like how kind and warm Libyans can be, and that's exactly what they were to me.
Knowing that you was going to write about it and everything else, it all looks good for them, doesn't it? I guess that's